There we go. All right. Well, Coco, quite a movie, if you ask me, but nobody has asked me. I really like this movie, this animated film. It's one of the few movies that it still gets me. You know, every time I watch it, there are a couple of scenes that I have to be honest with you, I cannot stop getting tearful or just plainly crying because it's really touching. Especially since I became a father. I've got a couple of moments there with Coco that is just difficult for me not to cry. So let's start. We had a couple of questions ready for you. Everybody has watched the movie, right? Yeah, everybody. Good. Yeah. Okay, great. Because there's been a couple of times, believe it or not, that people have not watched the movie and they have no idea what we're talking about. But anyway, I mean, it's not an obligation, but although it should be, but I don't know. Anyway, the first question has to do with the family, with the Riveras. They're a family of shoemaker families from the town of Santa Cecilia. And well, there's something that makes them special or different. And what is it? I think it's quite obvious, but apart from being an obvious question, there's something, underneath. Why are they special? Oh, got another one joining us. God, why are they a special family?
Well, I think that Rivera family is special because it hates music, and it's strange in that part of Mexico that what we can see the squares full of people singing, playing guitars, and full of mariachis and everything. It's strange to see a family, the entire family, who hates music. And other thing that calls me the attention of the family is that it's a matriarchy. Matriarchy.
Yes, no. Very well. It's yes. The matriarchy.
Matriarchy. Abuelita is the one who gives the orders to the rest of the members of the rest of the members of the family. So it's strange nowadays.
You made a strong point. Yes, the women are. We have a couple of strong women in the movie, and yes, she's the one. She's the one that we see first. She's the one that it's telling everybody what to do and what not to do. Great, Abby.
Yes.
Now that she mentions this about the matriarchy, they did the same with Encanto. It seems that Latin families and they seem to make an association there at Disney.
Yeah, which is a quite fair association. Yeah. There are some. There are some of these cultures that have women have been in possession of some power that the other women in society don't usually have. Yeah, especially with large families like this ones. Hello, Barbara. Nice to have you here.
Sorry, I'm late.
Sorry. It's okay. It's okay. We have just started. Barbara is joining us for the second time. She's from Posadas. Well, you were quite fluent in English, but I do not remember what your profession was.
I am a teacher of English.
Oh, right, that's
Yeah.
why. That's why
I
you
do
were.
this. I do this for fun. You know, I don't have a lot of opportunities here to speak and to in a, let's say, in a relaxed environment, or
Mhm.
you know, and that's why I have been looking for these kinds of workshops, and then I found you. You guys, you and I don't remember my, no, the other guy. I don't remember the other guy's name. Oh my
Diego.
God. Diego, right,
Mhm.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, Diego is with the other group at the moment, with the HD
Yeah.
group. Barbara, what about his family, the Rivera's family?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, what about this family? What makes them different? What makes them stand out from the rest of the Mexican families in the movie?
Well, I totally agree with what Carolina said. That she said, you know, about that strong woman there as the head of the family. I don't remember the name of the that woman, but anyway, I think that she had no choice actually. That was because, you know, the head of the family, you know, left, and then she had to take care. Actually, her great Coco, no, Miguel's great grandfather. That was the one that left. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. I think that it ran in the family. You know, they had to take care of their family. Yeah, women are strong characters in that family, and as you and what I see that what I saw or I found like special in that family is that they don't listen to music. That most of the most important aspect, that is what I saw. Yeah.
Yes,
But for the
there
rest
is
of the
some.
traditions, I found them similar to the other families in Mexico. When you see the ofrendas there at the altar,
Yeah, the
there, and all
offerings.
the traditions they follow, and that are similar to the ones that are present in that are current, sorry, in Mexico.
Yes, there is a kind of contradiction that the film presents, or irony, if you want, which is the place where they live, the location. It's called Santa Cecilia. Do you know anything about Santa Cecilia? Any of you guys? Ale.
No, I haven't searched for that.
Yes, the music patron.
Yes, yes,
Santa
she's
Cecilia.
a
Where's that?
patron of
Music.
music. Santa
No
Cecilia,
sé cómo
Cecilia
se
is.
dice, perdón.
No, I mean
Ah,
patron.
yeah.
I know patron is for saints, for male saints. For female, I suppose it should be patroness, but not entirely sure about that. But yeah, she's a representative of music among the saints,
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
and this family
Yes,
don't
and
like music.
But
I
it says
think
that
that
it is a fictional town.
Yes, it's fictional. It's fictional. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I am cheating because I am searching for the town in Google. I am googling it, and then well, that is what I found. It is
Yeah, but
fictional.
the name is like I said, quite a
Yeah.
ironic, so to speak. I would say because of this
Like the saint.
relationship with music, or lack of relationship with music, actually. Anita, anything you'd like to share with us as regards the Rivera's family?
No, I agree with the group, and I like the way they portray women on the movie. Also, like Javi said, Encanto, like a strong woman that put the family through a hard time, even seek for a job or things to do for food and all that. I just think it's really I like the way they portray all the women on the film. It's just
On Pixar movies in general, yes, they seem to be strong characters at least. See, ma'am, Luz?
I think the different characteristics of the other families in Mexico that have Riveras are they hate the music and they think that the music is coarse, I think.
The music is
Coarse.
a curse.
Yes, como maldita o algo así.
Oh yeah, that it's cursed.
Art.
Yes. Well, in a way, for them, they believe it is. I mean, they believe music is responsible for one of the major tragedies in the family, which goes back to Imelda's time when she was abandoned by Ernesto. No, by Hector. Sorry, by Hector. Yeah. So, I mean, they got a point. You got to admit that she's got a point to hate music, Imelda. I mean, right, Luz?
I didn't actually realize about the matriarchy because I saw it as a common thing. I don't know. I didn't realize about the difference with other movies. But yeah, I agree about the music. It's what makes them different. I mean, I don't know if they all hate music. One person or two hates music, and then they forbid the music in the family, and the other members don't have a choice, really. Like,
None of them have a say about it until Miguel comes up and say, hey, why can I not be a musician if I want to? Yeah, he's breaking the rules. He's breaking the family rules. Very well, guys. Let's head on to the second question, which is actually about these moments when Miguel goes into the land of the dead, when he crosses the Marigold Bridge and he enters this new world. And besides of being occupied by skeletons, in what ways is the land of the dead different from the land of the living? I mean, the movie has been said to be one of many dualities, that it shows many oppositions like life and death, or remembering and forgetting, or blessings and curse, like Ximena said. The land of the dead seem to be, well, I don't want to say anything. You have to. But the land of the dead seems to replicate this of the real universe, right? But okay, what are the things that are different from our world? Go on, guys. Yes, Ali.
I think that in the land of the dead, they find everything, the meaning of a lot of things, and there is there are no difference between the skeletons. They are the same, and in the land of the living, there are a lot of problems and a lot of families with their problems, and a lot of things that in the land of the dead, perhaps there are those things, but with a meaning in which you can find why you live that problem in the land of the living.
yeah, I get your point. You're right. I mean, initially there seems to be like some sort of equity among them. Like everybody seems to be okay initially. Then we get to see it's not quite like that.
Yeah.
Barbara.
I see many people regretting things that they did not do when they were living, were alive, let's say.
Yes.
That is what I saw. But anyway, I really like that world. If I were to die tomorrow, I would like to go there because it's like a happy place. They have parties. It's colorful. Yes. You know, it looks like a nice place to be. Yeah. That was my perception. You know, when you get to know about Hector, that was the other man, the Coco's great grandfather.
Yeah.
Hector, right? Then you see that he's sad because there were many things that he didn't do, and he wanted to connect with, the other world, the land of, I would say our world, so as to do things right, to correct things. I don't know, but that was my perception. Sorry,
I agree with it, but
sorry.
No, sorry. I said I agree with you, but I wanted to.
No, I think we have the ones that are here still have the chance to, the opportunity to do things right in case that we are doing things wrong or asking for forgiveness or something like that. And maybe the ones that are there cannot, let's say, or if you follow the Mexican belief, you can see that if you didn't do things right, people is going to forget you.
Not all of them, but yeah, not all of them, but wow. Yeah, I get your point. I see your points. When you analyze Ernesto, then you say, what happened? There's a failure in the matrix here.
Yeah,
Javi.
You're right. Yeah.
Javi.
Yeah, and also it seems that there is no judgment in this world. There's this conception that in the afterlife there will be a judgment, and you will either go to a good place or a bad place. But here it seems that everybody is there, and it doesn't matter what you did in the land of the living. You see Ernesto, that he murdered someone, and he still enjoys of all the offerings that he receives from the land of the living. He still enjoys of his reputation that he developed in the land of the living. So that's a difference that you see from other depictions of the afterlife in other works.
Yeah, especially from the Catholic depiction of it, in which, like you said, we are supposed to be judged or facing this trial at the gates of heaven. Well, not here. Everybody's welcome in this land of the dead. Simen, Luz, Anita, Caro.
However, I think that in the land of the dead, people realizes how love was in the other land, in the land of the living, because if nobody put the photo in the offering or in the ofrenda, one person disappears from the land of the dead. So I think that if he or she disappears, he or she are paying or the bad or they did in the land of living, I think.
Yeah, and we actually see that happening. Hector's friend, Chicharron, has actually faded away. He just disappeared. He vanished from existence, even from the land of the dead, because nobody was remembering him anymore. Luz, Sime, Ani?
I actually didn't watch the movie, so I watched it from the surface. I didn't analyze it very much, so now
you just enjoyed it
in a new movie right now.
You just enjoyed it.
There are two things I like saw about this question. It was a big hill
Yes.
And they were all Mexican.
Yes. Yeah, and they were all one on top of the other, right? Like a kind of.
Yeah. And then I think they were like the dead also judged their friends, their partners, because in the party, I don't know, I don't remember the name of the famous person, the bad one.
Ernesto.
Ernesto. I think they were VIP
guests,
and they were private parties for the famous persons. Like I don't see that they didn't judge.
I mean, they didn't judge him, and that's why he continued enjoying of his reputation, like Javi was saying before. He didn't seem to have any kind of punishment for his deeds or misdoings. Actually,
like in the good and bad, they weren't judged, but in the famous levels, they were, I think.
In the upper classes, in the highest tops of this society, or this continuation of society. Sime.
I think that there are not a lot of difference between one side of the bridge and the other side. Only, of course, the place and the reason to stay in that land. That is, for example, in the land of the dead, you still alive if someone of your family or if someone put your photo in the ofrenda.
Yes, this importance of keeping somebody in your memories, which is related to the next question, obviously, but yes, very well. All right, Annie?
Like what it's different from both lands. I also like the things that are like the same. It's just that part of the society which is forgotten. You know, that people who live on the other side of the place, of the land, who doesn't have anyone who's gonna remember, put their photos, and I just like some similarities. And also it makes me really funny I don't know the word in English, la frontera.
The borders.
Where they could cross or not by the picture. I thought it was just funny. Like you need a passport, and the passport is the photo on the ofrenda.
Yes, they had these kind of customs, which is like aduana, and they were checking if he could pass or not on this special day, which we haven't talked about it, which is this Dia de los Muertos, which was the whole point, the big celebration of the land of the dead people, because that was the moment when they were having the possibility of coming into our world. So it's a really nice, well, I don't want to be disrespectful and say it's a nice touch. It's a nice value that Mexican people have of keeping their families in their memories after they're gone. All right, let's pass on to the next question before the first half of the meeting is over. And this one is related to memory, as we were saying before. The relevance of remembering loved ones who are no longer among us seems to be important in this world and in the other one. Why is memory so relevant in the story? We kind of talked about it just a second ago, but why? Why is it so important for Coco and consequently for Hector?
Hey, can you move the?
Oh, is it still?
I think I don't have that text in my cell phone.
Can you read it there?
I don't have the same questions here.
Oh, well, basically the question is, why is memory relevant in the story? The order is different in the guideline I sent you. I think it's the third or second question. And
Why is so
I changed the order. Yeah, I changed the order. Javi.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think that memories are what run this world in terms of, as we saw with Hector's friend, that he was forgotten in the land of the living, so he stopped existing in the land of the dead. And the whole conflict with Hector being forgotten by Coco, and well, they desperately need that that picture in the offering so that he can survive in the land of the dead. So I think it's important that, well, I guess, well, for Mexican tradition, you keep your loved ones alive by remembering them, by honoring them as well.
Yeah, like I said, I think that's a really nice thing. Something that's, I mean, I wouldn't say we do the same here in Argentina. I mean, I don't know about your families or people you relate to, but I haven't seen that quite much here in Argentina, in my, shall we say, context. I envy that from Mexican culture. Yes. Anita, Caro,
Sorry, can you repeat? What do you envy from the Mexican culture?
How they keep the loved ones, the ones that have, you know, passed away, still present in their lives. It's not just for the Dia de los Muertos, but obviously this is the time of the year in which they have a whole celebration around remembering the people that are no longer with them. So we don't have that here. I mean, we have cemeteries and people don't even go to cemeteries. And still, I don't really see the point of a cemetery, but that's just me. But anyway, it's a nice thing.
Yeah. Cemeteries are creepy and sad places. And when the movie starts, you see that place is full of lights and food and flowers, and it looks like a nice celebration, right? Have you ever been there? Yeah, in one of, I would like to travel there and to be there on that day. But
yes, especially if you got
to Mexico.
If you got a friend or a relative there, because otherwise it wouldn't feel so real. It would be like just like being, I don't know, in another celebration around the world. But if there is a special meaning to you, then I think it must be really something.
Yeah.
Yes, I wish I were there too.
But for us, I imagine that for us, a tour, as tour, since it's not something that is typical from our culture, it will be shocking. I would like to be there just to experience that, you know, but being there in a cemetery and, you know, I don't know, and see that, you know, I don't know, I imagine it would be shocking, but in the movie, it looks like something that is very natural and it seems to be something very important and very, and people seem to be happy, right?
Yeah,
not happy. I wouldn't say happy, but
not happy. It's like a joyful moment in which they
joyful moment.
Remember the people that are no longer with them. Ale, Luz, Caro, we have 2 minutes before this first meeting is over. Annie.
What I think it's important is about obviously remember someone, but it's a way of keeping them alive in our families. So I think it's obviously every culture is different because we don't have this type of tradition. Other cultures do. But what I think is just remembering where you're from or where you came from, which your family is. And I think it's really represent how we keep them alive by remembering them. It's just they are alive because we remember them. Because if we don't, it's just like they never exist. if we don't remember our grandparents, it's just like they never been here. It's how they go through life beyond there, like keep in this
Yes.
world, living world, just in our memory.
It's also a way for everybody to transcend beyond their time on Earth, like, okay, I will continue living because I may have done something in my life that makes other people still remember me, which is something that I believe consciously or unconsciously everybody wants. I mean, otherwise, what's the point, right? I mean, some people say that's why people have children, because they want to see themselves, like I said, consciously or unconsciously, continue living in a way, part of them. All right. I know this is a very philosophical topic to continue talking about, and I want to carry on with this, but I have to stop. I'll be back in a minute.